twine. We're using these lovely metal corrugated letters. Now I picked these up from the range. They were 90p, so £1 each, so £4 for the lot, and they're quite small, a couple of inches high and an inch or so across. And we've also got this lovely little felt flower that I've made previously. You can check out my other videos of how to make felt flowers. I'll be putting this one on soon, so I'll link those up in the description box below for a couple of different styles of these. Got some twine to wrap around it to soften the edge of the wood slightly. Now I've got this lovely rustic old bit of palette. I didn't want anything that looked too clean and too new because I was going for a more rustic farmhouse feel. So I've got this old one. Now I'm using this chalk paint, it's Rust-Oleum and it's anthracite. I'm going to dry brush this on, maybe let a bit of the wood come through, maybe not, we'll just see how it goes. But I wanted the rough shape of the wood. And then using the glue gun, once the paint's dry, we'll stick the letters on, wrap the twine around the top and attach the flower. So now this wood has dried, the paint's a lovely grey colour on it. I've painted down the sides, top, bottom, just to give it a full effect once it's hung on a wall or stood up, however I present it. So it's lovely grey colour, got a bit of the grain coming through, which is what I want to see, give it a lovely rustic effect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick on these metal letters now up. So I'm going to put them as close to the bottom as I can, because they just quite fill the board, and then at the top we're going to wrap some twine round and then we're going to stick our little flower on. So for the second DIY, we're using this wooden plaque here. I got this from the Works. They are £1 each. It's just a thin bit of plywood, but it's fantastic. Loads of options do. You could paint it, you could stick cardboard over it, you could decoupage it. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to use this black and white buffalo check material. I'm going to put a layer of Mod Podge on the heart, stick the material onto it, and once that's dry, I'm going to smooth it in lovely, and once that's dry, put another layer of Mod Podge over the top, and then let that dry fully. That makes sure it adheres lovely to the wood. Then I'm going to cut around the edge so we end up with a lovely black and white buffalo checked heart. And then on top of that, just to lift the colour slightly and make it a bit more themed with the slight pinks I've got going through today, I'm going to use this coloured card. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. I might use both, layer them up. Then I'm going to cut out a small heart from one or both and stick them on top of the heart. And then using a little bit of twine, because we'll have covered up this original hanging hole here, we'll hot glue a bit of twine to the back just so it can be hung on the wall. So now the material has dried on our heart, hard if you like. Now what we can do is going to cut round the material so we are trim with the heart. So there we have our trimmed up heart. I've got 2 bits of glue stuck on there from the card earlier. Got our trimmed up heart, looks fab, all black and white check. I love the way I've got it going at an angle. That was intentional, but obviously you can straighten it up if you wish. I just like the quirkiness of it. So, as you can see here, I have got the 2 hearts, so I'm just going to place them on and see whereabouts I want them on my heart. Whether at the bottom. No, I think I'll go at the top. And then to finish it off, we just need to be able to hang it again. So I wasn't quite sure whether to reuse the one that I had, but I quite like it actually. So I'm going to glue gun this string on the back here. Might trim it down slightly because we don't want all the length, but it's longer to allow for the knot. Now we obviously haven't got the knot, so I'm going to put a big blob of glue there to make sure we get hold of that string properly. There it goes. Smear it over the top. I've got a cold melt or a low melt, I don't quite know what they're called. Glue gun, so that's not actually that hot. And then work out how long we want it. Probably not much more than that. Turn it over. Don't want it hanging that much more, so I think about that less. And we'll trim that string off to the back. There we go. And then do a similar blob this side. Glue has dried. There you go, you have your black checkered heart with lovely contrasting 2 pinks with a hanger ready to be hung up. So for this final DIY, I'm going to make a lovely heart garland. Now I'm using felt, I'm using 4 different colours. Got this light baby pink, got this dark grey, got a beige, and I've got a bright red. So what I have done, I've cut these into the size of the template that I'm using. So this template heart, I drew this by hand and cut this out just so I've got one to keep referring to. So it's about 7 centimetres along and approximately 7 centimetres high. And the small one I've got is 4 centimetres long and 4 centimetres high. So I cut the big one out and then I just traced around to get the small one, so it was actually just a small version of the large heart. And then using that on each of these squares that I've cut out, I have already cut out some hearts. I need to do a couple more, and then we're going to attach them to the twine, and that will be our garland. It'll be a very pretty decoration for Valentine's Day. Now I need to decide the layout that I'm going to do. So my twine will go across this, and then I'm going to have alternate pink, beige, and my cat wants to play with the twine. Alternate pink, beige, and grey big hearts along it, like so. There we go, and then and then I'm thinking on each of the grey ones I shall put a little heart slightly off centre. I'll stick that on with glue gun, I'll do that quickly in a sec. And there we go, I should lift it a little bit and that'll be a pretty little garland to go up. So now I'm going to stick each one of these to a little bit of twine, and then we will attach them to the big twine. once you've attached all of your hearts, you need to leave them like this with the backs. But if you have a little bit more time and a little bit left over felt, you can then double over the backs, just so that if it twists around, it shows a heart on each side and you can't see the string. And that's what I've done. I just like to do it. My cat's still playing with the string. I do like to finish it off slightly, so I've got 3 left to do. So I'm going to cover those over, and then I'll show you the next step I do to finish it off. Now all the backs are done, so we've got double-sided hearts all over. The final step to do, I like to do, is I'm going to tag them into 3 so that they will always be facing the same way on a garland. So whichever way around you've got it, you'll have 3. So they're going to be in groups of their colours as you go along. And the way I do that is just put a tiny dab of glue on the corner of the grey one like that. Oops, daisy. And then just tuck that onto the beige one. And the same with the pink. And then those 3 are together, and then move your way along in the groups as you go.